Hello, welcome to the Tabs and Icons Power Query lecture series. This is module 9 of the lecture series, and this module we're going to look at how to combine tables in the same Excel file using a formula. In the previous video, we looked at how to combine tables using a different approach called the append method. My name is Karo Ezuzu, and I'm still your anchor. Now let's look at how we're going to combine these tables using the formula. Now we have the same tables I used in the previous session. We have oranges, apples, and mango. Now let's try to combine these three using a formula. The first thing we're going to do is click on data and move straight to the get and transform data group. Click here, that's the get data, and under from other source you will see blank queries. So I'm going to click a blank query, and because I have selected no particular table, Power Query will show me a blank query. Now the formula I'm going to use to extract all the table is called excel.current workbook, because we say we are extracting this from the current workbook. So I'm going to say equal to Excel, and this is the formula I'm going to use. Please note that Power Query formulas are case sensitive. So if you have a lower version, you won't see the IntelliSense displayed. So you have to ensure that you are typing it the same way that Power Query will understand it. So I have typed this and I hit my enter key. When I hit my enter key, Power Query displays all the tables in that particular file, and these are the tables I want to combine. Now I come to this particular center here on the content. When I click this, it's going to show me the headings of the tables that I already have there, and these are the various headings. Now if I want to delete some of them or ensure that some are not part of my consolidation, I just uncheck them here, assuming I don't want to include unit price. I just want date and then the total sales. But this time I want to leave it all that way. I want to consolidate all. So I click on OK. When I click on OK, Power Query displays the consolidated file, or the combined file rather. Now if you check, now this first one is orange, and then you move down, you will see apples. That shows that we already have the three files combined. So I move back up and I check for my headings compliance. So I look at this first heading, I go to my transform, and it's telling me data type any. Now usually when you see data type any, simply means Power Query is unable to identify the data type in that particular column, so you have to reset it. So I'm going to click this a date, so I'm going to select date. It tells me that's okay. This is any type also. So I'm going to, since it's price, let me use number, whole number. This is also any type. I'm going to use whole number here. The same thing with total sales. I'm going to change that to whole number. You can select currency, no problem. And the name here is a text, so this is okay. Now what else do I want to do? Let me move this back to this end. So I have it starting with the name, which is the fruit type. And I think that's all I need. I now load straight into my Excel to come up as a new name called query. Now this is my query one, which have all the files combined. I can put my comma separator there if I so wish. That's not a problem. And I can do the same thing here. Okay. Now if I scroll down, you will notice that these are all the files that are in that place down to mango. So I have combined all. Now if for any reason there is an alteration or editing to any of these files here, all you need to do, like we did before, is to right click here and then select refresh. But there's a little problem with this particular approach if you are not very careful. If I refresh my combined files without any alteration or any editing or any change in the other ones, nothing will be added. But because I have used the formula and I have another sheet here, if I refresh on the surface of it right now, this information will be duplicated. So if I click here and refresh, now I have 485. Let's see what happens when I refresh. When I refresh, it takes me to 869, telling me that I have added additional empty rows to this particular existing query. So what do I do to avoid that? I call up this particular file so that I come back to display, go to my source, and I see this particular 3. Now let me click refresh. You see here, these are the 3 files we have, but if I click on refresh now, you notice that the query has actually come up as another table within that particular file. So that's why if I click refresh, everything here will be refreshed into this query unless I disconnect this. So what I'm going to do is I come here and then I come to test filter and I want to disconnect. If you check now, all of them are fruits. This one is having queries. So I can easily say don't combine anything that doesn't have that doesn't have queries. So I can easily say I want only these 3. So I come here and I take my test filter. There are a lot of options here, so I'm going to look at which one do I select now. Does not end with or contain, does not contain. Okay, let me take this one, does not contain. So when I click this, it will come with this that I should insert something. Does not contain. Is it showing me what I want? Let me see. Fine. So I don't want it that does not contain query 1. Yes. So this is the one I want to isolate. So I want to combine only the ones that does not contain query 1. So I can now click OK. Now when I click OK, it takes me back to only these 3. So if I take refresh now, nothing will happen unless there is a change to this particular one. So this time now, I can load back into my Excel. Now when I load back to my cell, it gives me 434, which is the correct number of rows I have loaded. If I right click this now and I click refresh, look at what happened. You will notice that nothing has been added. So you must exercise that additional caution when you are using the formula approach so that your data don't get exploded, without any just cause. The only thing that will make this refresh is a change in any of this. So if I go to this now and I change, okay, the first one we have there is 272, which is this one. Now let me go to orange and probably alter this to 2000. Since the total says a formula, it will change to 400. Let me change this to 1500. This will change to 300. So if I come back to this query and I right click here or refresh there, you will notice that this one have changed. So this is the only thing that have changed, and this is how to use the formula approach and the necessary caution you need to take. Thank you very much for listening. In other videos, we're going to see much more of what Power Query can do. Thank you and bye bye for now.